here at Rose Avenue Public School in St. Jamestown, and we've been doing a residency with several classes in express dance and also flock landing. The first main principle is to enter through the back door, and that we don't necessarily call it dance. The principles are to build movement based on their own movement lexicon, and for us to initiate them to enjoy themselves, to have an excellent warm-up, to be creative within a very refined structure, and for the teacher to act as facilitator to bring all the movement that ends up being created into a cohesion.
When we copy Lilia and start for, I think, a warm-up, I like that part because she makes different moves and it's kind of fun to do sometimes, and the noises.
My students have loved these classes more than any other classes that they've had. I can say just by noticing how they interact with the instructor, how they follow the instructions, how they dance, and also afterwards how excited they are at talking about what has happened in these classes.
And other foundations that we were working with was the whole philosophy of learner-generated material. And depending on the length of the time period, the kids would then start to develop not only their movement vocabularies, but also the choreographic structures. So they began to think spatially, they would begin to think dynamic movement range, they would begin to think about timing and architecture, so that all these became the foundations of express dance.
It makes the movements better. Like, it shows, like, if you have a movement and sound, it's like different.
It's freedom. I just had fun.
It is a great way to bring kids together that wouldn't otherwise work together. Everything is open, everything is an option. Also, by the kids teaching each other their movement, they're learning a whole new range of movement, and they're also, in a way, becoming colleagues. So whether they get along in the schoolyard or not, they're getting along and sharing in the class.
What's interesting with this whole approach is because it's empowering, and we're drawing upon them and their movement vocabularies, then they begin to take ownership, and it becomes a very different experience than just following someone else's movement style. And so they begin to value themselves differently. So what we notice in a process like this is real confidence.
And it's all basically their own movements, and we act as facilitators to put them in a set choreography. I was really impressed by how far they've come in their confidence and their spatial awareness, in their collaboration with each other.
So I feel proud of myself now, and not scared of people,
Because in Kaeja, we have groups, and whatever you do, you don't have to really stick to what the teacher said, because it's your own dance.
I like this dance because it's free moves. You can do whatever you want. No one can say this is bad, this is good. And you get to do it in like groups, so you can decide group move or solo dances.
I liked everything about that. I couldn't pick one, but I think my favorite would be like learning new things.
Part of this residency as well is that it's not only just for the kids to develop their own dances and present them, but Karen has designed the system called flock landing, where At the end of the performance, the kids are going to then get involved with doing something called a flock landing, that they're going to invite their peers, their family, their parents, their grandparents. Anyone can do a flock landing.
It helps me to connect with, the students are all connecting with each other through expression of their bodies, but I'm also trying to do that with them as well. So it was a great experience for all of us. It was a bonding experience.
We play around